In the description below this video and on my website, on my social media, I've compiled a list of rules, boundaries that I followed while I was dating and worked really well to keep my dating life simple and even fun. And I encourage you to take a look. I'm going to talk about some of the rules a little bit more here today. So, this is not about playing games. This is not about being really rigid. This is about doing what works for you in the dating scene so that you can follow your own moral compass, follow your own code. These worked for me, and I know they could work for you too. But my hope is that this helps you really realize what kind of a dating life you want to have. And when you can follow your own rules and boundaries, that really boosts your confidence. And when you boost your confidence, you really start radiating that confidence and you attract it back into your life. And this is a good way to begin attracting into your life the things that you actually want to attract. And a lot of times we keep men around because we aren't sure about them, because we feel like we're getting mixed signals and we don't want to miss out. And, when we keep that old energy around us, when we allow that kind of energy around us, we continue to attract it. And so I want you to begin thinking about in your dating life what's going to work for you. And I want you to begin taking the kind of action that really leads you to love, because we're all capable of having an amazing love life that we have really been wanting. I did a lot of my own research when I was dating. I found dating to be really frustrating and annoying, and I hated it. And so I did a lot of reading books about dating, about love, about falling in love, a lot of social media. I talked to a lot of people about their experience, and through all of this, I compiled some rules and boundaries that worked for me. And not only did these boost my confidence and my dating life just started getting better and better, but I found that I could really hone in on what I wanted in a partner and what kind of life I wanted. And it was to follow your own rules and boundaries is an act of self-love. And so I felt like I was honoring myself while I was dating when I could follow my own set of rules. So take what you want from my set and adapt it to work for you. And I hope that you also come up with your own rules, boundaries, whatever you want to call them. I hate the word rules, but it just seems to work here. So that you can really boost your own confidence and kind of, get back out in the dating scene and do your thing. The first sort of set of rules I followed were around keeping and having my own life. I am a social person. I was out with friends a lot, and I cared a lot about my professional life, and I didn't want to sacrifice any of that for a man. And so, if I was at work, I wouldn't text him back. If I was out with my friends or, on the phone with my mom or dad, I wouldn't text him back. He needed to wait until I was truly present and in a place where I could text. And so that way I really held on to my own life, and I could feel super strong, super independent by doing that. Along that same vein, I realized these guys were just like texting me nonstop, and I didn't like it. Texting is not a way to get to know someone. So if he just kept texting me and wasn't asking me out on a date, wasn't actually trying to get to know me, I would have to end it, because I didn't want a pen pal. I didn't want to just be texting with someone. I wanted to really feel like things were moving forward. And so that way I could really have my own life. And if I chose to, spend time with someone and really get to know them. And then, texting also, not only is it not a good way to get to know someone, you can't get to know someone through text, but there's also so much decoding I feel like we're doing these days and figuring out what he means when he says this. And so to keep it simple, I just said, okay, I'm going to take you at your word. And if I don't like your word, then I'm going to walk away. If he says he doesn't want a girlfriend or doesn't want anything serious, that's what he means. And if that's not okay with you, then walk away. Like, it can be that simple. Anytime I felt like I was getting mixed signals from a guy, I would walk away. Because in my dreamy love life, my life partner does not send me mixed signals. I don't have to decode anything. Take him at his word, because that's what he means. And if you're not okay with his word, then walk away. Keep it simple. Put yourself first, put your life first. I was really careful about how much time I spent with a guy when we just started dating, because, until there's a conversation of commitment, I'm going to keep dating. And I'm not committed to someone who hasn't said, let's do this, boyfriend, girlfriend talk, whatever. So I made sure to have my own life, because, in the past, I would put sort of all my eggs in this basket and spend time with him and let go of my personal life. And I no longer wanted to do that. I wanted to hold my independence and keep my confidence, and this was one way that I could do it. So, there's the last two last things I want to say. I'm looking at my list now, so be sure that you download it below. Don't do anything physical. Don't do anything with anyone until you're really ready to do so. There's a lot of talk too about when you have sex, how many dates. No, ask yourself, feel into it for yourself. And what is an act of love to you, and what does it mean, and how special is it? And you have to really decide for yourself, and what's going to bring you peace and confidence. And then whatever that is, stick to it. I want you to stick to your own boundaries. And then lastly, your values and boundaries equal your authenticity. Know who you are and stop being afraid. Don't play a role, always be yourself. And so if any of this resonates with you, definitely try it out. It's all about practice. There's no need to get any of this perfect. Just try. If you heard something, or if you download the list and read something that you feel like could work for you or that you want to try, simply try it. And if you don't get it to your personal specifications the first few times you try, that's perfectly okay. Again, this is all about practice. The more you practice, the happier you're going to be with your outcome. And that really boosts your confidence, your independence, your power. You'll feel so good in the dating scene when you can follow your own set of boundaries. And I just wanted to share that with you. So again, if something resonates with you, give it a try. It's all about practice. It's all about whatever you can do for yourself to feel confident and powerful, and like you're moving in the direction of the kind of love life that you really want and you really deserve. I truly believe that every woman can have the kind of love life she really wants to have. And I know for me, this was a giant first leap into that world. When I started putting these rules in place, I just dated better and better men. And I know it can work for you too. Find what resonates with you, what works, and just keep going. Okay, enjoy.